All right. Hey everybody, it's Chelsea. Hopefully you're tuning in or starting to tune in. My Facebook Live just told me I had to turn my phone right side up and I can't broadcast from the side. So hopefully you can see everything pretty well. So we're gonna start today with a meditation. I think we might all need it, or at least I definitely do. There's a lot of stuff going on that's really crazy out in the world right now, and I think at this time, our meditation and our yoga practice and in general, just keeping our bodies moving is going to be really important to kind of just stay out of our head too much and not let all this craziness that's cluttering our mind really affect us and affect who we are, because all the stuff that's happening, it is stressful, and it's adding a lot of extra tension to our lives and extra tension to our bodies even. But if we can just kind of take a couple moments every day to stay connected to us and who we are, I think that we can get through it. I think we will get through it. We will get through it. This is not an I think. We're going to get through these weird, crazy times, these unprecedented times. So thank you for joining me today, and it is the first day I'll be doing this daily, so any kinks, any troubleshooting that needs to happen, hopefully it'll just get better as time goes on. But we will start today with meditation. So just find a comfortable spot on your mat or in your room, wherever you are at home. A lot of us are at home right now, so just finding a shape that is going to work for you. I'm going to be seated because I find that to be the most comfortable for me when I'm meditating. But perhaps you'd like to lay down or even come into child's pose, anything that's working for you today. So find that comfortable space here on your mat, that comfortable shape. Maybe roll the shoulders out a couple of times. Get any of that last little just physical tension out. And then allow your eyes to gently close down. Think about reaching long and tall through the spine. And just begin to settle here into this space where you are. Noticing the air around you, perhaps the feel of the air on your skin even. Maybe the sounds in the room. As you're noticing those things, attempt to simply watch them. Simply observe them. There's no need to attach to them or create any sort of story about what they mean for you in this moment. This simply is the moment that you are currently in. Begin to bring your attention now to your breath. Attempt again to simply watch the breath as it moves naturally, rather than trying to change the pace or change the depth. Just observe. As you are sitting here attempting to focus on your breath, it's possible that thoughts, those things that are cluttering up the mind, will show up for you. Simply observe. Simply watch those thoughts, those feelings that are possibly coming up for you right now, and allow them to simply pass by like clouds in the sky. Notice them, honor them. perhaps as you settle here, your breath will naturally begin to slow. Start to tune into the body. See if you can notice the energy flowing through you, and maybe notice what that energy looks like this morning. Is it frantic? Is it warm? Is it a little stagnant or tight? Again, observing without any judgment. Allow each breath you take to relieve some of the physical, mental, and emotional tension. With every exhale, allow yourself to let go. Begin to visualize now that you're standing outside, barefoot, with your feet connected down to the earth. Feel the soil beneath your feet. Feel the breeze blow past your body. And notice that as that breeze blows, you might wobble or sway. But notice how your feet stay connected to the earth. Imagine that not only are your feet connected to the earth, but there are actually roots extending from the soles of the feet, planting themselves down into the ground and rooting into the actual earth, providing you strength, stability, and security. Notice that through these roots, you're drawing up energy from the earth, up through your feet, through your calves, your knees, your thighs. The energy draws up through your hips, your belly, your chest, your back, up through the shoulders, the neck, all the way up into the crown of your head. Notice the vibration of Earth's energy in your body. And notice that you are totally in tune with the vibration of Earth. You're completely grounded and connected here. Allow that feeling to bring you a sense of security, of safety, and of stability. Notice that vibration, that energy, as it moves through your body here. more breaths. And know that this sensation of stability, of grounding, of security, of connection to the earth, it's always available to you, and you may return to this moment whenever you feel like the wind is blowing you off course. Whenever you feel you need to reconnect to this space, it is available. Begin to return your awareness back to your physical body here in the room. Maybe noticing the tips of your fingers or your toes. The earth beneath you, beneath your seat, beneath your back, wherever you are in the room. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, filling up as much as you can. Pause for a moment at the top, and then open your mouth, release it out. Again, on an inhale, fill up the chest, the belly, the ribs. Pause for a moment at the top of your inhale. Open your mouth, audible exhale. Final one, inhale through the nose. Fill up with all this new, clean, positive earth energy. Pause at the top. Open your mouth, relax, side out. When you're ready, you may gently open up your eyes. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this meditation practice. In just a moment, we're going to get into a yoga practice. You're welcome to stay and join me. And just as a reminder, these videos will be up on my Facebook. So if you can't access them live, they will still be available to you throughout the day and throughout the coming days. In addition, I will be uploading them to my YouTube channel, which is Chels Teaches Yoga. And again, I'm accepting any donations for these classes if you're able to or willing to spare. I'm taking donations through Venmo. My username on Venmo is Chels_teaches_yoga. So give me just a second. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water and make sure the video is still looking okay. And if you'd like to stay for the yoga practice, we'll do about 40 minutes of yoga practice, all right? So give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Check this video here. So again, it'll be just about a 40-minute yoga practice, relatively gentle in nature. I think that may be what we need today a little bit. Again, maybe that's just what I need. Grab any props if you like to have them to support you. So I do have a blanket and a block. You're welcome to grab those, though they are not necessary. It's just if you have something that you like to support your practice, please feel free to grab that. All right. And as you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started in child's pose. So whatever's most comfortable for you, knees apart or together, bringing the big toes together behind you, and then just bringing the forehead down to the mat, walking the hands out in front of you, releasing the chest towards the floor, hips heavy back towards the heels, and taking a couple breaths here. Letting that air move in and out through the nose. And as you settle into this space, beginning that Ujjayi breath. So again, the air in and out through the nose with just a little bit of a constriction in the back of your throat. On an inhale, start to rise slowly up to tabletop. And then bring the knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders, fingertips spread wide. Start to shift just a little bit front to back, feeling the body, waking it up. Just getting into that movement. And then maybe at the bottom of your next shift, start to bring the hips over to the right, all the way up and around to the left. So just circling the hips all the way back and around. Try to stay grounded through all 10 fingertips here. Again, just starting to feel that energy circulating through the body. Feel the blood starting to heat up. Just allowing yourself to connect to the sensations in your body. Slowly bring yourself back to a nice tabletop center. On an inhale, drop the belly down, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze. Exhale, press through the palms, round the back and spine. We'll take 3 rounds of cat-cow using your breath. And then coming back to neutral, allow your belly to draw up and back towards the spine. Let the crown of your head reach forward, and then just tuck your toes, hover your knees off the mat, just about 2 to 3 inches for a moment here. So just a couple inches, starting to bring warmth, heat to the body. Press the ground away from you, breathe. One more inhale. On your exhale, send your hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. As you reach your down dog, any movement that feels good for you, feel free to take that here, bending one knee at a time, pedaling out your heels. Relax your head between your arms, ground through all 10 fingertips. Come back to center as you inhale, lift both heels nice and high. Exhale, drop both heels to the right side of your mat, just stretching out the left side of your body. Palms are planted, head is heavy between the arms. Inhale back through center. Exhale, both heels over to the left. Inhale, lift back through center. Exhale, sink your heels towards the floor. All right, on an inhale, look forward to the front of your mat. Slowly walk your feet to meet your hands at the front. Coming into a halfway lift, flat back. If you can't reach the floor in your flat back, hands are coming to the fronts of the shins or the thighs. Crown of your head reaching forward as you inhale. Exhale, release down, fold. Now we're just going to do a couple of half sun salutations here. So before we move on, take a moment, maybe grab opposite elbows, bend the knees, sway a little side to side, opening up the back body. And maybe coming back to center, but keep your elbows clasped here. Just take a little bit of a bend and extend in your knees. Maybe you can see if you can get as low as bringing the hips in line with the knees. Inhale, release your elbows. Fingertips come back to the mat or shins halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, begin to rise up to stand. Taking it one vertebrae at a time, and allowing your arms to sweep up to gather up energy. Maybe even gaze towards the sky if that feels all right in your body. And then on an exhale, hinge through the hips, swan dive back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Again, we're just going to do some half sun salutations. So again, inhale, rise up to stand. Arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale.
exhale, fold. 3 more half sun salutations with your breath at your own pace. All right, so I'm going to stop counting. Just move with your own breath, your own body. As you fold at the end of your last round, we'll slowly rise back up to standing one last time. Inhale, the arms sweeping up overhead. And on your exhale, palms come together in front of your heart, Samastiti. Gently close your eyes, roll your shoulders back, and release your hands down by your sides for Tadasana, mountain pose. Palms facing forward, heart open. And if you join me for that meditation, maybe come back to that visualization of standing outside, rooting the feet down into the earth and drawing up energy, connecting to that vibration of the earth's core. Allow your body to feel strong, stable, rooted. Gently flutter the eyes open on your next inhale, sweeping your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And this time on your exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, and step just the left foot to the back of the mat. So we're setting up here into a supported high lunge. Front knee is at about a 90-degree angle. Crown of your head reaching forward, belly draws up and in. Take a big breath in. See if you can hover the torso off the thighs. You reach the hands forward. Engage your core. Use the strength of that front leg. Press your back heel high. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the torso. On an exhale, take cactus arms. Draw the shoulder blades together, open up your heart. Pressing your hips forward and down. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. And then exhale, gently drop the left knee to the mat and untuck your left toes. So this is a place where I like to use a blanket underneath my knee. If you have sensitive knees, it's a really great way to just add a little extra padding. If you don't have a blanket, you can just fold your mat under. All right, and then finding your low lunge. So depending on what your hips are feeling, you may bring hands to the floor, hands to the knees, or arms all the way up overhead. Up to you, whatever feels best in your body today. And just breathe into the hips, to the front part of the body as you open it up, shoulders back. Take another big breath in. And then on your exhale, maybe see if you can press into the ball of the right foot and just lift the right heel. Whew. If you wobble and fall, it's okay. Try to keep the face soft, the muscles of the face relaxed. One more inhale. Exhale, drop the right heel. Frame your front foot, tucking your back toes and lifting your back knee. From here, plant your palms. Step the right foot back to high plank pose. Take a minute here in your high plank. Check that your wrists are under your shoulders, fingers spread wide, belly is hugging up and in. Breathe, strengthening the entire body here. Shoulders are pressing, belly is hugging up and in, legs are engaged. One last inhale. On the exhale, send your hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Use this down dog as a moment to reconnect to your breath. reach just the right leg up behind you. On the exhale, bend your right knee and stack your hip open. Breathe here on an inhale, lift your left heel high, and then exhale, release it down. Try to keep palms evenly planted as you inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, sink it down. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Inhale, straighten the right leg back out behind you, square the hips. Exhale, release the right foot down, down dog. Looking forward to the front of your mat, walk or hop to meet your hands at the front. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the feet all the way together underneath you this time. So we're setting up for Utkatasana, chair pose. Your heels may be slightly apart, but the inner edges of your feet are touching. Bend your knees, rise up on the inhale. Utkatasana, chair or fierce pose. Whatever's going on in the world around you, remember, you are a fierce individual, and we're going to get through this. We're all strong, powerful. We got this. Sink your weight back into the heels. Draw the belly up and in. Lift through the crown of your head. Inhale here. On the exhale, keep your knees bent, start to fold forward, letting the torso drape along the thighs, sweeping the arms back behind you, and then inhale, rise back up, Utkatasana. Exhale, sink, release the arms behind you. Inhale, rise up, maybe start to let it swing a little bit more. Release. Inhale, rise, 2 more. And then hold Utkatasana, inhale, exhale, hinge forward, fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, step your right toes all the way to the back of your mat. You might need to walk the left foot out a little bit. 90-degree angle in your front leg, back heel high, back leg engaged. Find your breath, find your footing. Belly's drawing up and in. See if you can hover the torso over the thigh, arms reach forward. Strengthen the front leg, press into the left big toes. You inhale, lift up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right knee to the mat or maybe a blanket. Find your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. If you need a little less, hands can come to the knee or even to the floor. Bring your focus back to your breath, that Ujjayi pranayama. Send your breath to the front of the body, especially the front of the hip. Take another inhale. On the exhale, see if you can lift the left heel. Whew. Add a little balance challenge, a little extra strengthening of the left leg. If you wobble, it's okay. If you fall, it's fine. Last breath in. Exhale, release. Hands to the floor. Tuck the back toes, lift your back knee. All right, from here, send the left foot back, high plank. All right, in your high plank now, press forward on your toes, and then drop your knees to the mat. Modified plank, untuck the toes. Make sure your spine is nice and long, belly is hugging up and in as you inhale. Exhale, modified chaturanga, lower slowly to a hover, elbows in. Inhale, release the hips, lift the heart, cobra pose, elbows in. On the exhale, send it back up to the knees, tuck your toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. If you had a blanket on your mat, maybe just push it to the side. Reconnect here. And on an inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend your left knee and stack your hip open. Inhale to lift your right heel up off the ground. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Next, inhale, straighten the left leg out, square your hips. Exhale, release the left foot down, downward facing dog. Walk it out for a moment, reconnect to the breath, press into all 10 fingertips. All right, slowly look forward, walk or hop to meet your hands on the inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up to stand. On the exhale, release your hands behind you for a bind. Interlace your fingers and straighten out the arms if that's a little much. You can just clasp opposite forearms or elbows. From here, heel toe the feet, about hips distance apart. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, keep your belly drawing up and in. On the exhale, hinge through your hips. Release the torso towards the tops of the thighs. You can always bend the knees if the hamstrings are tight. Relax the head. Next, inhale, release the clasp of your hands or your elbows. Halfway lift. On an exhale, plant your palms. Step back to high plank hold. Take a nice big breath in, and on your exhale, come to tabletop. So knees underneath the hips, untuck your toes. All right, from here, we're gonna go onto the left side first. So your left foot is gonna sweep over to the left side. So you can rotate the right heel down to the floor, opening up the right hip. Right arm's gonna reach to the sky. So this is kind of like a modified side plank. Check that the wrists are under the shoulders, and that your knee is in line with the heel of your back foot. So nice straight line. You can gaze up or down, whatever feels best on your neck. Check that your right toes are still pointing forward. On an inhale, use the strength of your core to rise up and reverse. So right hand's gonna rest on the outer edge of your right leg. Left arm sweeps up overhead. Feel a nice big side stretch on the left side. Palm facing down towards the ground. One more inhale, reach long through the left fingertips. Exhale, cartwheel your left hand back down to the floor. And then right arm and right leg will extend straight up. Flex the right toes towards the front of the room. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, bend your right knee. Take your right hand to grab the top of your ankle or the top of the shin. And you're just gonna kick your foot into your hand, which is gonna pull your shoulder back, opening up the chest. Bring your gaze down to the left hand. On your next inhale, release. Right leg goes long, right arm reaches alongside right cheek. On your exhale, bring the right palm to the floor. Sweep the left toes back behind you, square the hips towards the ground. Right leg is still lifted. Draw the belly up and in as you inhale to press through the sole of the foot. Exhale, round the spine as you bring your right knee towards the right tricep. Inhale, lengthen and extend. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Two more. Inhale back. Exhale in. Inhale back. Exhale in and hold. From here, see if you can get the right foot to the pinky edge of your right hand. So we're coming into our lizard lunge here. So you might tuck your left toes and kind of scooch the left knee back to whatever degree feels good for you. And then just sink the hips towards the floor. It's another place I'm going to use my blanket. Got those damn sensitive knees. Now in your lizard lunge, this might be totally enough for you. If you want it to come lower, you can always drop to the forearms or even bring forearms to a block. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Inhale to come back up to your palms if you came down, lower it all. And you're just going to take the right hand to the inside of the right knee. Gently press it away from you, rolling to the pinky edge of the right foot. If you want to take this even deeper, if that's okay in your body, gaze back over your right shoulder. Whew. Yep, I'm feeling that one. Try to keep the muscles of your face soft. Sometimes if we're experiencing tension in some parts of the body, we end up just dealing with it by trying to tense up other places of the body and compensate. So especially relax your jaw, space between your brows. Whew, and let's inhale, slowly release sole of the foot back down. Both palms back to the floor, wrists under shoulders. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, and we'll send the right leg all the way back for 3-legged dog. Exhale, release to down dog. Maybe let the hips sway a little bit side to side here. Inhale, lift your heels, start to roll forward 1 vertebrae at a time until you make your way to high plank. Press the ground away as you reverse the direction of your roll, coming all the way back to down dog and sinking the heels. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift, roll forward. Exhale back. Keep the belly hugging in the entire time. 2 more. Use your breath. Nice big breath in. Exhale, knees to the floor, tabletop. All right, so moving to the other side now. The right foot, I'm going to be facing away from you for a second, but the right foot is going to pop out to the right side. Extend the left leg and rotate the left heel down to the floor. So already we're checking that our knee is in line with the heel. Right hand is under, right wrist is under right shoulder. Left arm to the sky. Modified side plank. On the next inhale, use the strength of your core to lift the torso all the way up, reversing. Left hand rests on the outside of the left leg, right arm up and over. Breathe, Ujjayi. One more inhale as you reach long through the right arm. Exhale to cartwheel the right hand back down to the floor. Left arm, left leg, lift up to hover. Strengthen the left leg, strengthen your obliques to hold this pose. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, bend your left leg. Reach back to grab hold of the front of the ankle and then kick the foot into your hand to open up the chest, open up the hip. Gaze towards the right hand. Next, inhale, release. Reach the left hand straight overhead. Exhale, left hand back to the floor. Sweep the right leg back, or right foot back behind you rather. Square the hips, left toes facing the ground. Nice big breath in here. Exhale, round the back as you draw the knee towards the outside of the left tricep. Squeeze. Inhale, take it out long. Exhale, round and squeeze. Knee to tricep. 2 more. Hold the knee to the tricep, and then see if you can step that left foot to the outside of the left hand. All right, from here, tucking the right toes and maybe drawing the knee back just a little bit or as far as it feels good for your lizard lunge. Wrists under shoulders, pad the knee if you need to. And then settling into your lizard lunge here, breathe. Hips are just sinking towards the ground. The hips are a really, really tense spot for a lot of bodies. This is a time when you're holding these big, deep stretches in these areas that you may experience that kind of lack of focus. those thoughts kind of coming into your head and starting to distract you and clutter up the mind. And that's okay, that's normal. The way we deal with that is just like in that meditation from earlier. Allow whatever those thoughts are, those feelings are, to come up, honor them, notice them, and allow them to pass, just like clouds in the sky. They get their moment, and then they're gone. Three more breaths. Bring yourself back up to the palms if you came lower. Taking a nice big breath in, exhale, rolling to the pinky edge of the left foot. Press the left hand to the inside of the left knee. Ugh. Maybe gaze back. Whew, can't gaze back on this side. Oh, yeah. Try to press out of your right hand too, so rather than sinking into the right shoulder, create some space here for expansion, for breath. One more inhale. Exhale, roll the sole of the foot back down. Oh my gosh. Left hand comes back down. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. And we're going to sweep the left leg all the way back to three-legged dog. So inhale, send it back, up, reach. Exhale, down dog. Take a second, walk it out. Looking forward to the front of your mat, gently walk or hop to meet your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. From here, again, inhale to halfway lift, create length. Exhale, bend your knees. We're going to step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat and plant it so the outer edge is parallel to the back of the mat. So we're setting up for a warrior two, left leg forward. Inhale, cartwheel the arms open. Exhale, sink into the left leg. Checking that your left heel lines up with the back arch. Find some space, some extension in the spine through the crown of the head. Reach the hands in opposite directions. Create space in the upper back and shoulders. On an inhale, straighten the front leg. Reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, sink a little lower. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Hold as you gaze over the left middle finger. Next inhale is going to come up, straighten the legs, and we're going to pivot to the other side. So left toes face forward, right toes face back. Sink into the right leg, warrior two, into that right leg. Take that inhale, straighten the legs, arms up. Exhale, so you can sink a little lower, warrior two, right side. Hold, think about that you are a warrior. You're standing here, you're strong, you're powerful. Soften the muscles of your face. Feel that energy circulating through the body. Inhale, legs straighten, arms straighten. Pivot both toes to the side of the mat now, so you're just facing the side. Then we're going to exhale, hinge through the hips, wide-legged fold, Prasarita Padasana. Relax the head and neck. Now toes are facing forward or slightly pigeon-toed. If you're experiencing tightness in the lower back or the hamstrings, just bend your knees. That's totally fine. For a moment here, let's bring fingertips to the mat, halfway lift, flat back in this wide stance. Exhale, fold again. And bring your hands, interlace the fingers, and just rest them at the base of your skull. Kind of adding a little extra weight to lengthen the spine. Remember, you can bend the knees if that feels better in your body. Release the hands back down. On an inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, rotate the left foot back to the front, coming back to the front of your mat. Frame your left foot. And then we're taking the left leg back, high plank. Slowly lift the hips all the way back up, down dog. All right, taking a nice big breath in here. Slowly release the knees down to the mat. Take a quick child's pose. Reconnect, see what's going on. Inhale to press into all 10 fingertips. Tent the palms up off the floor. Stretching out the upper back. One last inhale. Exhale, walk your hands over to the right corner of your mat, relaxing the head back down, hips back to the heels. Breathe into the side body. Inhale, walk it back through center. Exhale, over to the left. Same thing, breathe into the right side body. Relax the hips, relax the head. Inhale back to center. Hold for your exhale. Inhale, gently rise up to tabletop. Walking the knees back in and then just crossing your ankles so you can roll back onto a seat. I'll remove my blanket and then just bring yourself back closer to the center of your mat. Feet out in front of you. Making sure toes stay grounded here into the earth for a moment. Grab the fronts of the shins or the fronts of your knees. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift through the crown of your head. Create a little more space between each vertebra of the spine. Notice how you're going to have to engage your core to keep this length, to keep this tall spine. And when you're ready, if you want, arms can come out in front. But keep that engagement of the core. Keep lifting. Nice big breath in. Option on your exhale to start to drop the torso back. Shoulders are back, heart is forward, gaze to the front. If this is enough, stay, or coming up into Navasana, boat pose, toes up off the floor. Avoid rounding in the spine, breathe. You got this, we got 3 more breaths. On that third exhale, gently release into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Inhale again to find that same length, that space through the crown of your head. Draw your heart forward as you hinge through the hips, stopping wherever your edge is and just relaxing the head down. Don't worry so much about getting your nose to your toes. Come back to that Ujjayi breath. Slowly start to walk it back up. And we're going to move into a Gomukhasana twist here. So for Gomukhasana, take your left heel towards your right glute, right knee on top of the left knee, and the right heel is out to the side on your left. Now, I'm going to face you. If you're not feeling enough of a stretch here, you can bring your heels out so they're more in line with your knees. If you're feeling maybe a little too much of a stretch, heels coming closer to the hips. And don't worry if the knees aren't totally stacked, mine aren't. Okay, inhale, we're going to reach the arms up overhead. On an exhale, take the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Right hand just behind the tailbone. Gaze back over your right shoulder. Try to stay long and tall through the spine. Maybe twist a little deeper with each exhale. Inhale, release back to center, arms up. On the exhale, we'll fold forward. So again, respect the edge your body wants to go today. Using your fingertips to just gently inch forward, letting the chest move towards the legs, stopping at wherever your edge is. I personally like to grab a block and kind of just let my forehead rest on it, but that might not work for you, and that's fine. Inhale, use your hands to just kind of walk yourself back up. Then we're just going to switch sides. So I like to bring my hands back behind me, just kind of kick the legs out, switch it out, left leg on top. So your right heel should be pulling towards your left glute, left heel towards your right glute, right hip. And this side's a little tighter for me, so you might notice the same. You might have one side that's a little tighter. My foot doesn't touch the ground on this one. So again, if you need less sensation, heels pull in. If you want more, heels coming out, okay? And we'll start with that twist. So inhale, grounding through the sit bones, lifting through the torso, through the crown of the head, arms up. Exhale, right hand to the outside of the left thigh, left hand behind you. Gaze over the left shoulder, find that length, that strength through the spine, and on each exhale, possibly twist a little deeper, release. Inhale, come back through center, unravel arms to the sky, and we'll take that forward fold again on this side. So I like to just start with my hands on the outside and just kind of inch them forward little by little. Respect your body. If you don't want to fold at all, you could just stay up here. This is still opening up the hips. It's up to you. Find that depth that works for you on this side. Inhale, we're going to start to walk it back up. I'll go back to facing the same way as you guys. So we're going to come to uncross the legs, hands behind, just uncross, bringing both feet back to the floor, maybe switching yourself a little more forward on your mat. So you can slowly lower the back down onto the earth. All right, walk your feet in. We're going to set up for a bridge pose. Heels towards the glutes, knees in line, heels in line with the hip bones. Before you even come up, make sure that your lower back is pressing into the floor. So draw the belly button back to the spine so you have a nice flat back and a nice engaged core. On an inhale, press into the soles of your feet. Lift the hips up off the floor. Bridge pose. Try to avoid squeezing your butt too much because that can compress your lower back. Instead, think about energetically drawing your heels back towards your shoulders. That's going to help you to activate the hamstrings, helping to stabilize the hips, the lower back. One more inhale. Exhale, lower, one vertebra at a time. Gently windshield wiper the knees right to left. Just finding some release in the low back. And we'll take one more bridge pose here, coming back to center, setting the heels in line. Belly hugs in, creating a lot of stability in the core. On an inhale, press into the soles of the feet, lift the hips. If you want a bind this time, you can walk the shoulder blades together, interlace the fingers, maybe opening up the chest a little bit. Keeping your belly engaged and avoiding squeezing your glutes. Inhale here. Exhale, release the bind, roll one vertebra at a time back down. Gently hug your knees in towards your chest, rocking out a little side to side. Letting yourself come back to the center. We're going to take both legs straight up overhead for Viparita Karani. So just legs up above the hips. If you have any tension in the lower back, you can always just bring your hands underneath for a little extra support. Just reversing the blood flow in the body a little bit here. Maybe come back to that sensation of that vibrational earth energy in the body. Notice it trickling down from the feet Down the legs, into the hips, spreading throughout the torso, the arms, the shoulders, into the head and neck. Three more breaths. Gently hug the knees all the way back in towards your heart. And then let the left leg grow long as you squeeze the right knee in towards you. Inhale. On your exhale, use your left hand to draw your right knee across the body. Right arm just opens out to the side, gaze towards your right fingertips. You can even start to close your eyes if you'd like. Again, allowing any thoughts to come up, emotions to come up that need to come up, and then allowing them to pass by as you return back to your breath. Inhale gently to unravel back to center. On the exhale, let the right leg grow long. Maybe take a minute to just kind of shake out the legs, shake out the hips. Even shake out the head and neck. And then we'll keep the right leg long on the mat, hugging the left knee in. On your exhale, right hand draws the left leg, water sides, across the body. Left arm out to the side, gaze towards your left fingertips. Imagine that with every exhale, you're able to release some sort of tension from the body. Inhale, unravel, left knee back into chest. Exhale, release it long onto the mat. Again, take a moment, shake everything out, and really give yourself a chance to really shake out. Maybe shake out the hands, circle out the feet, circle out the ankles, reach up overhead. Get any of those kind of big movements out of the body. Just release. And actually, we will take a couple of kind of lion's breath here, I think. That'll feel really nice to kind of get some tension out of the body, any stress out of the body. So laying down, take a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue, make noise. That felt good. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue. You can't tell me that doesn't feel good. All right, one last time. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue. Awesome. Gently close your eyes. Let everything release down into the mat. Do a quick check-in with yourself, with the physical body. Are you holding tension anywhere? If you are, give yourself permission to release that tension. Unburden yourself. Let go. Relax the muscles of your face, space between your eyebrows, your jaw. Settle here. Shavasana. Begin to return slowly back to awareness. Begin to draw in new clean energy with each breath, with each inhale. And with each exhale, again, releasing out any old stagnant energy, things that are not serving you, mindsets, thoughts, stresses. Give yourself permission here to let go of them. Consider here that Shavasana or corpse pose is the death of your yoga practice. So with the death of your yoga practice, allow it also to be the death of some of those negative mindsets, those negative thoughts, those things that are creating tensions in your body and in your mind. You did the practice and now you may leave those things behind. Begin to find physical movement. Wiggle out your fingers, your toes. When you're ready, inhale the arms up overhead, finding a nice big full body stretch. And then gently bend your knees, roll over onto whichever side is calling to you. Knowing that this is your moment to transition, so you may take as much time as you need for your practice. When you feel ready, gently press yourself back up to a comfortable seated position with your eyes still gently closed. Finding length once more through the crown of your head and bringing your palms together in front of your heart with your thumbs resting on your chest. Sealing your practice here with this Anjali Mudra. This mudra is a sign of love, compassion, gratitude and acceptance towards yourself, towards your body, towards your practice. Allow yourself to experience a sense of calm, ease, and connection. Know that you may always return to this moment. Doesn't matter what's going on out in the world, what's going on off of your mat. Know that you are here, you are at peace, and you have strength. Allow the thumb tips to float up to the center of your forehead, your third eye space. Thank you all so much for joining me and practicing with me from wherever you are today, in your homes, in your own studios. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for practicing today. I hope that felt good. I am going to be doing this every single day this week at 9 a.m. So tune in. It'll always start with meditation, and if you can't tune in live, it's totally fine. It'll still be on my Facebook page, and I'll be uploading it to my YouTube channel later today. If you're interested in a more physical kind of HIIT workout, I'm going to be going live and doing a 30-minute HIIT workout, 30-35 minutes at noon, if you're interested in doing that as well. And again, I will just tell you, this is kind of my work right now. I am unemployed as it is with everything going on. So if you can spare a donation at all of any kind, I'm accepting those through Venmo. My username is @Chels_teaches_yoga. So anything and everything is appreciated. Thank you guys so much. I will maybe see you later today at noon or possibly tomorrow. Thank you for practicing. Stick with it. You guys are awesome. Everything's going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. All right? Thank you guys so much. See you later.